Today, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar will talk and discuss about the topic of the logistics in services. This topic is in the subject of the global logistics and the warehousing management taught all over the world. Logistics in services. In today's highly competitive global marketplace, the pressure on the organization to find new services to create value and deliver it to their customers grow even stronger. In the last 2 decades, the logistics function has moved to the center stage. There has been a growing recognition that effective logistic management throughout the firm and supply chain can greatly assist in the goal of the cost reduction and the service enhancement. The keys to the success in the logistic in services require heavy emphasis on the integration of the activity, cooperation, coordination, and information sharing throughout the firm and the entire supply chain from supplier to customers. Both industry and academia alike have become increasingly interested in using logistics in services as a means of the responding to the problem and issue posed by the changes in the logistics function. Introduction. In today's highly competitive global marketplace, the pressure on organization to find new ways to create value and deliver it to their customers grows ever stronger for the logistics in the services. The increasing need for the industry to compete with its product in the global market across cost, quality, and the service dimension has given rise to the need to develop logistics systems and that are efficient than those traditionally implied. Therefore, in the last 2 decades, logistics have moved from and the operational function to the corporate functional level for logistics in services. There has been a growing recognition that effective logistics in services throughout the firm and the supply chain greatly assist in the goal of cost reduction and the service enhancement. Logistics in the services. The Council of Logistic Management defines logistics as follow. Logistic is part of the supply chain process that plans, implements, and controls the efficient, effective flow of the storage of the goods, services, and related information from the point of the origin to the point of consumption in order to meet customer requirement. However, there is no clear consensus in the literature on the definition of the logistics in services. Many authors refer to the logistics in services as supply chain management. They consider that the logistic in services is the logistics taken across inter-organizational boundary and use these terms interchangeably. Simchi-Levy, Kaminsky and Simchi-Levy gave the following definition: supply chain management is a set of approaches utilized to efficiently integrated suppliers, manufacturer, warehouses, and stores so that merchandise is produced and distributed at the right quantity to the right location and at the right time in order to minimize system-wide cost while satisfying service level requirement. Johnson et al. Also presented the following definition. They maintained that the logistic defined the entire process of the materials and products moving into, through, and out of them. Inbound logistic cover the movement of material received by the suppliers. Material management describes the movement of the material and components within a firm. Physical distribution refer to the movements of the good outwards from the end of assembly line to the customer. Finally, supply chain management is a somewhat larger concept than logistics because it deals with the managing both the flow of materials and the relationship among channel intermediary from the point of origin of the raw material to the end of the final consumer. Recently, however, there has been convergence toward accepting supply chain management as a larger concept than the logistics in the services. Cooper, Lambert, and Peck clearly describe the differences between the two concepts. They claimed that the integration of the business process across the supply chain is what they called supply chain management. Therefore, supply chain management covers more function than just logistics being integrated across firm. One of the key components of the supply chain management is, of course, logistics in the services. but it also includes customer relationship management and product development and the commercialization. Supply chain management covers a wide area than the logistics in services, but that logistics in services is also of major importance to efficient supply chain management. In logistics in services, that planning, coordination, and controlling of all logistics activity must be done by taking into account the remaining elements of the supply chain. Every firm, whether involved in the manufacturing or services, belong to at least one supply chain. The key success of the logistics in services may lie in systems integration, requiring emphasis on integration of the logistic activity, cooperation, coordination, and information sharing throughout the entire supply chain. The supply chain encompasses all activity associated with the flow of and transportation of the good with the raw material stage to the individual, as well as the associated information flow. Material and the information both flow up and down of the supply chain. A supply chain consists basically of the following elements: suppliers, manufacturing centers, warehouses, distribution centers, transportation system, retail outlet, and customers, raw materials, work in process inventory, finished goods, and information that flow between the different elements. One important aspect in a supply chain is the integration and coordination of all logistic activity in the chain. Since decisions in one element directly affect the whole supply chain, firms must avoid sub-optimization by managing the logistic activity on the entire supply chain as a single entity. This integration aspect obviously significantly increments the complexity of any logistic problem. The following key services in the logistics are logistics integration, facility location and the network design, transportation and the vehicle routing, material handling and the order picking, customer service, product design, logistics of production and operation, warehouse management and distribution strategy, inventory management, information system and DSS, e-commerce and e-logistics, reverse and green logistics. These areas interact to a large degree with the other function of the firm and with other elements of the supply chain. They can therefore benefit a great deal from efficient management based on the information and the optimization system. Logistic integration and coordination. The logistic coordination and integration within a supply chain has become a core issue in the logistic in services. Not just integration within the organization, but integration upstream with suppliers and downstream with the distributors and the customers. Coordination and integration means many different things, but basically all authors agree that it refers to the collaborating working and implies joint planning, joint product development, mutual exchange of the information and integrated information system, cross coordination on several levels in the company, on the network, long-term cooperation, fair sharing of the risk and benefits, etc. Scott Larson, one enormous advantage of an integrated supply chain is the reduction of the so-called bullwhip effect. Lee, Padma Bhushan, Padmanabhan, and Wang, where small changes or decision on one level of the network may result in the large fluctuation, large amount of the stock and or increased lead time on other levels of the supply chain. However, as the process becomes more integrated within a supply chain, the complexity of the logistic decision also increases. There are two main aspects involved in the integration of the logistic decision. The first of these are the information system. Without integration of the information system between the different players, there can be no translation or the sharing of information, which is the basis for any possible integration between the department of the firm. With today's technology, the integration of the information system is possible and has been implemented by the many firms. The second aspect is the use of the optimization system to achieve an integrated management of the logistic activity. As more and more industries decide to integrate their information system, the need for sophisticated tools to help the decision maker to evaluate possible alternative decision and their impact in the whole supply chain also increases. Facility location and the network design. The firm must balance the cost of opening new warehouses with the advantage of being close to the customers. Warehouse location decisions are crucial determinant of whether the supply chain is an efficient channel for the distribution of the product. In OR literature, there are several research projects dedicated to location issue, such as the warehouse location. It seems that some of these models are quite simple when representing real problems in the design of an actual supply chain. For example, most of them don't take into account warehouse capacity, warehouse handling, and operational cost. Most of them just take into account the initial fixed cost of the warehouse or the warehouse service level requirement, which can be connected to inventory issue. Also, when designing a supply chain that involves several countries, import and export taxes, different transportation options, cultural and legal issues, and the several others must be taken into consideration. Another important aspect is the relationship between the network design and the demand management. Aspects such as the seasonal nature of the demand has never been taken into account as far as we know. However, it could be an interesting research area since many firms are interested in designing their supply networks in partnership with other firms that have products with completely different seasonal behavior, e.g., air conditioning and heating equipment. The incorporation of all the aspects mentioned above into a location or network design model can take a significant difference to the analysis of the logistics on a supply chain and the decision with respect to location and the supply chain design. Transportation and the vehicle routing. One of the central problems of the supply chain management is the coordination of the product and material between the locations. A typical problem involves bringing products located at a central facility to geographically dispersed facility at the minimum cost. For example, the product supply is located at a plant, warehouse, cross-docking facility, or distribution center and must be distributed to the customer or retailers. This task is often performed by a fleet of vehicles under the direct control or not of the firm. Transportation is an area that observes a significant amount of the cost in most firms. Therefore, methods for dealing with the important issues in the transportation, such as a mode selection, carrier routing, vehicle scheduling, and shipment consolidation, are needed in the most company. One important aspect in the transportation management is coordination with the remaining activity in the firm, especially within warehouse and the customer service. In some cases, transport is the last contact with the customer, and company should therefore take care to meet the customer expectation and use the relationship to improve their sales. The transport coordination within the different elements of the supply chain involving different companies can be of greater strategic importance, since all of them must likely benefit by offering fast delivery to a specific customer. Therefore, many issues in the integration of the transportation with the other activity in the network can be challenged to a academic and industrial community. One basic and well-known problem in transportation is vehicle scheduling and the routing problem. A vehicle scheduling system should output a set of the instructions telling drivers what to deliver, when and where. An efficient solution is one that enables goods to be delivered when and where required at the lowest possible cost, subject to the legal and political constraints. The legal constraints relate to the working hours, speed limits, regulation governing vehicle construction and use, restriction for the uploading, and so on. While the growth in internet sales, this problem is gaining momentum since delivery times are usually very short. Customers can be dispersed in a region. Every day, there is a different set of the customer, and with very short product delivery time windows. For a review on area, see Karnick and laptop. Warehouse management and distribution strategy. Warehousing is an integral part of the every logistics system and plays a vital role in providing a desired level of customer service. Warehousing can be defined as the part of the supply chain that stores products, raw material, parts, work in process, and finished good at and between points of the production and point of the consumption, and also provide information to management on the status and disposition of the item being stored. The basic operation of a warehouse are receiving, storage handling, order picking, consolidation, sorting, and shipping. The main objective are to maximize the product handling and the movement and store operation, as well as maximize the facility of the operation. Given the actual importance of the activity related to the order picking, we dedicate a subsection to it. Traditional warehouses are undergoing enormous transformation due to the introduction of the direct shipment and cross-docking strategy. The latter may be more effective in distributing the product among the retailers or customers. However, in order to be successful, these strategies require a high level of the coordination and information system integration between all elements in the supply chain. Manufacturer, distributor, retailer, and customers, a definite volume of goods to be transported, and a fast and responsive transportation system to give just the most important requirement. Deciding which is the best distribution strategy for a particular product of a company can make an enormous impact on the success of that company. Inventory management. The importance of inventory management and the relationship between inventory and customer service is essential in any company. As for the location issue, inventory management has been well studied in the OR literature. However, the use of the inventory system in the helping decision-making process has been less widespread. Most of the well-known models in the literature have simple and do not, for example, consider multi-product inventory management that requires the same resources, or in some cases don't treat all the complexity involved in the inventory management, such as demand uncertainty, returns, and incident. So far, the better known in the inventory models and system considers a single facility managing its inventory in such a way to maximize its one cost. As we have mentioned, one major challenge in logistic and services is the integration and coordination of all logistic activity in the supply chain. A particularly important issue being inventory management within the whole supply chain in order to minimize system-wide cost. Product design. Products are a main element in the supply chain which should be designed and managed in such a way as to enable efficient flow of the product. This approach is known as design for supply chain and likely to become frequently used in the future. The characteristics of the product, such as weight, volume, parts, value, perishability, etc., influence the decision made in relation to a supply chain. Since the need for warehousing, transportation, and material handling and order processing depends on these attributes, products designed for different packaging and storage obviously make an impact on the flow in the supply chain and cost less to transport and store. During the design process of a new product or changes to an existing one, the requirements of the logistic relating to the product movement should be taken into consideration. Also, the need for the shorter lead times and the increased demand from the customers for unique and personalized products put pressure on efficient product design, production, and distribution. Postponement is one successful technique that can be applied to delay product differentiation and also lead to an improvement in logistics of the product. Lee, Bellington, and Carter, the use of information system and simulation technique that help to analyze the impact on the supply chain of a certain design of a specific product can be of greater help to the managers. Material handling and order picking. Material handling is a broader area that basically encompasses all activity relating to the movement of the raw material, work in process or finished good within a plant or warehouse. Moving a product within a warehouse is a no value added activity, but it incurs a cost. Order processing or the picking basically includes the filling of a customer order and making it available to the customer. These activities can be quite important since they have an impact on the time and that it takes to process customer orders in a distribution channel or make supplies available to the production function. They are cost absorbing and therefore need attention from the manager. Packaging is valuable both as a form of advertising and marketing as well as for protection and storage for a logistic perspective. Packaging can these ease movements and storage by being properly designed for the warehouse configuration and material handling equipment. The major decisions in this area include many activities such as facility configuration, space layout, dock design, material handling system, stock locator and arrangement, equipment replacement, and order picking operation. Most of the models and techniques available these days consider the above decision process as activity independent of the remaining ones in the whole system. Therefore, DDS that analyze the impact of the material handling on order picking activity on the logistics system and enable the decision maker to make the best decision for the whole network are an important and essential tool. Logistics of production and scheduling. The most common definition of the production and operation management is as follows. The management of the state of the activity that creates goods and services through the transmission of the input and outputs. Chas, Aquilino, and Jacobs, Stevenson. The interaction between the POM and the logistic management is enormous, since the production needs raw material and parts to be able to produce commodity, and then this commodity must be distributed. Grabs, Renican, and Jipkin. Therefore, coordination between both areas is fundamental to an efficient supply chain. The techniques required to plan and control the production in an integrated supply chain go beyond the MRP material equivalent requirement planning so popular in industry. The need to take into consideration manufacturing or service capacity, labor and time constraint has given importance to the scheduling area. This field is extremely wide. However, research at the specific level has focused mainly on the formulation of the specific problem type, leading to standard problems like the flow shop scheduling problem, job shop scheduling problems, etc. A significant amount of the research has been decided to the classification of the problem difficulty by deriving complexity result for a large variety of problem variants and the development of the efficient solution tackling for the standard scheduling problem. NIDO 95 research report in the latter area have shown that in the case of the many problems due to the use of the heuristic algorithm, which cannot guarantee optimal solution, but we are able in a large number of experiments to find extremely high quality solution in a short time. And currently the most promising techniques are solving difficult scheduling problems. Despite efforts in academic scheduling research, there is a still considerable gap in the application to the practical problem of the techniques developed on the academic side. Scheduling problems are already quite hard to solve per se, and their extension to the include aspect of the whole supply chain significantly increase their complexity. Moreover, in many supply chain, the bottleneck activity is production. Therefore, efficient planning and managing of production and scheduling activity within the coordination of the supply chain is of the great importance to an efficient supply chain. The development of production and scheduling models and solving techniques that consider the logistic activity related are a challenge for the both academia and industry. Some ERP providers have already incorporated meta-heuristic for solving complex scheduling problems, such as a SAP, with its product APS, Advanced Planning and Scheduling. We do believe that in future, many more information technology companies will make use of the meta-heuristic technique to solve those very difficult problems, such as those relating to the integrated logistics and the production scheduling. Information system. Computer and information technology has been utilized to support logistics for many years. Information technology is seen as the key factor that will affect the growth and development of the logistics. Thalonos 1997. It is the most important factor in the integrated supply chain, also playing an important role in the executive decision-making process. More sophisticated application of the information technology, such as a decision support system based on the expert system, simulation and meta-heuristic system, will be applied directly to support the decision making within the modern business and particularly in the logistic management. A decision support system incorporates information from the organization's database into an analytical framework with the objective of the easing and improving the decision making. A critical element in the decision system for the logistic. Logistic decision in the quality of the data used as input for the system. Therefore, in any implementation, effort should be made to ensure the data is accurate. Consequently, modeling and technique can be applied to obtain scenarios and analysis of the logistic simulation within the environment of the company and can be used to support the managers and executive in their decision process. We believe that the meta-heuristic, when incorporated into a decision support system for the logistics management, can contribute significantly to the decision process, particularly when taking into consideration the increased complexity of the logistic problem previously presented. DSS based on the meta-heuristic are not currently widespread, but the technique appears to be growing as a potential method of solving difficult problems such as the one relating to the logistic management. E-commerce and the e-logistic. In just a few short years, the internet has transformed the way in which the world conducts business and business partners interact between themselves. E-business and electronic commerce are some of the hottest topics of our day. Digital and the Stanfurl Jeffrey. In e-commerce, business partners and the customers connect together through internet or other electronic communication system to participate in the commercial trading or interaction. We will not discuss e-commerce in detail at this stage, but it certainly makes new and the high demands on the company logistic system, calling in some cases, completely new distribution concept and a new supply chain design. Companies are looking for DSS such as the one relating to e-commerce and e-business that help them to make the best decision in an uncertain and rapidly changing world. Many of the problems can be seen as an extension of ones described above, such as, for example, transportation management, while others are completely new with some added complexity, such as the uncertainty associated with the evolution of the commerce on the web. An example of new problems that can appear related to home distribution generated by the business to consumer B2C during non-labor hours and the search for a solution which will be allow an efficient distribution. An example of this is the inclusion of the 24-hour dropping points, where transportation company can have a package that will be collected later by the customer, thus avoiding the need for the distribution during the nightmare or on Saturday and Sunday. Question as to the location and size, for example, of these dropping points, frequency of visits, partnership with the store, etc., are issues that have not yet been dealt with in meta-heuristic and the logistic literature. Reverse and the green logistics. Concern over the environment has never been as strong today. Also, the strict regulations regarding removal, recycling, and reuse are on the increase, especially in the Europe. This will bring reverse logistic and green logistic into the main focus on the new feature. Rogers, Tibban, and Lemberg, 1998. Reverse logistics are related to the process of the recycling, reusing, and reducing material, goods or material that are sent backwards in the supply chain. The issue faced in the reverse logistic are not just the reverse issue of the traditional supply chain. They can be more complex, such as, for example, aspect relating to the transportation and disposal of the dangerous material. Measurements in Europe will soon be held responsible for the total cost of the recycling or disposal of the all material used in their product. This legislation will be put an enormous emphasis on efficient reverse logistic decision that will need to be optimized. Green logistics is generally understood as being activity relating to choosing the best possible means of the transportation, load carriers and routes, and reducing the environmental impact of the complete supply chain. Some of the areas clearly affected are the product packaging, transportation means, and product development, as well as many others. Logistics is also involved in the removal and disposal of the waste material left over from the production, distribution, or the packaging process, as well as recycling and reusable products. All the above points make the relevance of the reverse and green logistic area clear, since many companies have to reorganize their supply chain and even extend them in order to be able to return, reuse, or dispose of their product and material. This poses many new and challenging questions to the area of the logistic management. Customer service. Customers have never before been taken so seriously. The successful fulfillment of the customer's expectation is a task to pertaining logistic management, and deciding the level of customers to offer customer is essential to meeting a firm's profit objective. Customer service is a broad term that may include many elements ranging from the product availability to the after sales maintenance. In brief, customer service can be seen as the output of the all logistic activity that also interact with other function in the firm, especially with marketing, since all the elements in the supply chain interact and the decision on one element affects all the other. Any logistic decision within the supply chain can affect the customer service. Therefore, system-wide DSS that help the decision maker at a strategic, tactical, and operational level to evaluate, simulate, and analyze different options and scenario. and the interaction between the players in the supply chain are being requested more and more by many companies.